Baseball fans, buckle up, because October baseball is right around the corner, and the Boston Red Sox are making things extremely interesting. With their latest win over the Toronto Blue Jays and a little help from a late-night Houston Astros stumble, Boston's playoff dreams are suddenly within striking distance. Imagine this. After months of ups and downs, injuries, thrilling walk-offs, and nail-biting series, the Red Sox now stand just 3 wins, or a mix of their wins and Astros' losses, away from officially punching their ticket to the postseason. It's the kind of storyline that makes baseball magical. Today, we're diving deep into how this happened, what it means for the American League playoff picture, and why Red Sox Nation has every reason to believe this fall could be special. Stick around, because by the end of this breakdown, you'll have the full picture of where Boston stands, who they're up against, and what the road ahead looks like in these final. Let's start with Tuesday night's action. The Red Sox went into Toronto, facing one of the toughest challenges in baseball, trying to beat the division-leading Blue Jays on their home turf. But Boston showed up ready to play, delivering a solid 4-1 victory. Their pitching staff kept Toronto's heavy hitters under control, while the lineup provided just enough offense to stay in command. Wins like this aren't just about the numbers on the scoreboard. They're about momentum, confidence, and sending a message to both the fans and the rest of the league. And then, just when Red Sox Nation was ready to celebrate that victory, the news out of Sacramento came through. The Astros had fallen to the Oakland Athletics, 5-1. That loss pushed Houston 2 full games behind Boston in the wildcard race. When you combine Boston's big win with Houston's stumble, it's easy to see why the mood in Red Sox Nation shifted from hopeful to downright optimistic in the span of just a few hours. So here we are, with just 5 games left in the regular season, and the Boston Red Sox standing on the doorstep of the postseason. Their magic number is down to 3. Their ace is ready to go, and their fan base is louder than ever. The Astros are fading, the Tigers are slipping, and the Guardians are charging ahead. But Boston controls its destiny. All they need to do is take care of business, and the rest will fall into place. It's been a roller coaster season, full of highs and lows, but that's what makes this moment so satisfying. Whether you've been with the team since opening day or you're just now tuning in for the playoff race, one thing is clear. The Red Sox are back, and they're ready to make some noise in October. So grab your cap, settle in for these final games, and get ready, because Boston baseball in the playoffs is unlike anything else, and the magic of October is about to return to Fenway Park. Now, if you're new to the playoff math, here's how it works. Every team chasing a postseason spot has what's called a magic number. That's the number of combined wins by your team and losses by your closest competitor needed to clinch. For the Red Sox, their magic number is now 3. That means any combination of 3 Boston wins or Houston losses will officially lock Boston into a playoff berth. Think of it as a countdown clock. Every victory or Astros loss ticks that number down 1 step closer to 0. With only 5 games left in the regular season, Boston could wrap this up as soon as Thursday night. Yes, you heard that right. Just 2 more wins against Toronto, plus 1 Astros loss, and Boston fans could already be celebrating a postseason return. That's how close things have gotten, and that's why every pitch, every at-bat, and every inning from here on out feels like it carries postseason weight. Of course, playoff baseball is never just about numbers on a chart. It's about storylines. One of the biggest storylines right now is Boston's resilience. Think back to earlier in the season when injuries piled up, questions about pitching depth surfaced, and the team struggled to find consistency at the plate. Many analysts had written them off, calling this a rebuilding year, or doubting whether the roster could hang with powerhouses like the Yankees, Blue Jays, and Astros. But here they are, standing strong when it matters most. That resilience says a lot about the character of this team. Veterans stepped up, young players found their rhythm, and manager decisions started to click at the right time. It's a reminder that baseball isn't just about who dominates in April or June. It's about who can stay standing in September when the pressure is at its peak. Speaking of pressure, let's take a look at the teams chasing Boston. Right now, the Astros are the closest, sitting 2 games back. But the Detroit Tigers are also right in the mix, currently occupying the 3rd wildcard slot. Detroit has been scrappy all year, and while they've recently struggled, dropping 7 straight games, they're still dangerous enough to make things interesting down the stretch. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Guardians have surged, taking control of the AL Central and pushing the Tigers closer to the edge of elimination. For Red Sox fans, this all means one thing. Boston doesn't just have a chance to make the playoffs. They also have the opportunity to control their own destiny, win 3 of their final 5 games, and no matter what anyone else does, the Red Sox are in. That kind of control is priceless this late in the season. Another key part of this story is the pitching situation. On Wednesday night, Boston is set to put ace Garrett Crochet on the mound against Toronto. If you followed this season, you know Crochet has been electric. And having him lined up for this start couldn't come at a better time. Not only does it give Boston a chance to grab another crucial win, but it also sets Crochet up to potentially pitch Game 1 of a wild-card series if the Red Sox clinch. Having a dominant left-handed starter ready for that moment is a major advantage, especially in a short best-of-3 playoff format where every game feels like do or die. For Boston, this isn't just about getting to October. It's about arriving prepared, with their best arms rested and ready to set the tone. Now let's talk about the American League playoff picture as a whole, because Boston isn't playing in a vacuum. Right now, 3 teams have already secured their spots: the Blue Jays, the Mariners, and the Yankees. That leaves 3 more spots up for grabs, with the Red Sox, Guardians, Tigers, and Astros fighting for them. The Yankees currently have a slight edge in the wildcard race, but Boston is right behind them, and depending on how the next few games unfold, seeding could come into play. If the Red Sox hang on to the number 2 wildcard spot, they'll likely face the top wildcard team on the road in that opening series. But if Boston can keep winning, they might climb even higher and put themselves in a more favorable position. This is where every win matters, not just for clinching, but for setting up the best possible matchup once the postseason begins. For Red Sox fans, this moment feels like déjà vu in the best way. The last time Boston reached the postseason was back in 2021, when they made a magical run past the Yankees in the wild card game and battled deep into October. While that year's roster looked different, the energy feels the same. A mix of veteran leadership, young talent proving themselves, and a fan base that refuses to stop believing. Fenway Park is buzzing with anticipation, and you can feel it across Boston. Whether it's sports talk radio, conversations at the corner coffee shop, or fans glued to their TVs late at night, postseason baseball has a way of uniting a city like nothing else, and the Red Sox are on the verge of bringing that excitement back. Looking ahead, the Red Sox finish the season with 2 more games in Toronto before heading home for a 3-game set against the Tigers. And make no mistake, that series could be massive. For Boston, it might be about playoff seeding and momentum. For Detroit, it could be their last chance to hang on to a postseason spot. That kind of high-stakes matchup at Fenway Park is exactly what baseball fans dream about. Every pitch, every swing, and every call by the manager magnified under the spotlight. If Boston can clinch early, they'll have the advantage of playing looser, while Detroit might be fighting with desperation. Either way, fans are guaranteed drama. Another layer of intrigue is the potential matchups Boston could face once they officially clinch. The Yankees are currently sitting in the top wild card spot, but they also have their eyes on catching Toronto for the division. That means Boston could end up facing a familiar rival right out of the gate, which would make for must-watch baseball. Imagine a best-of-3 series against the Yankees, with every game loaded with history, intensity, and playoff implications. On the other hand, if the standings shift and Boston faces a team like Seattle, that presents a totally different challenge. Either way, it's clear that no matter who they match up against, the Red Sox are going to have their hands full. But that's what October baseball is all about. The best teams, the brightest lights, and the biggest moments.